everybody, it's this guy here for the Bitchin' Report. We are over at the Mimic today. Phenomenal energy weapon. Energies going on. Check this out. Right? That seems to emanate from the United States. So let's break this down into its two components. We've got this situation coming about over here. Let me stop real quick. If you're new to this website is showing the precipitable moisture in the atmosphere. The the browns, purples, and blues, not a lot of moisture. They're obviously in the north and the south poles, respectively. And this area over here, the reds and the yellows, that's a lot of moisture, sweaty moisture, uncomfortable moisture for myself. So I'm going to click this. Every time this yellow dot moves, that's 1 hour. And right now we're starting at the 16th, 700 UTC. I'll let you go figure out what time that is. Just keep in mind, we're at 1100 right here. So I'm just going to click 1 hour forward and let's see how this progresses. You can see there's something going on right here. We've got some bands opening up right there. Let's go another couple of hours. Oh, wow. So we could really see this starting to take shape. So, what do we got? It looks like we've got a shot coming out of Gagona, Alaska, where the infamous HARP array is. And if you are not familiar, yep, that's coming out of Gagona. We have a HARP shot over the Pacific Ocean that happened just last night. This right here, we must have another facility somewhere, I would say, up here. Wow, this is really big. I haven't seen one like that in ever. And it looks like we've got multiple situations going on here. You can see we've already got this. Then we've got this with this heavy band right in the middle. And keep in mind that what you're seeing, these colors, are the precipitation in the atmosphere. So in other words, this area where it's all brown is less moisture in the atmosphere than these purple areas. The purple areas have less moisture than the blue areas. So what are we actually seeing? This must be just a disturbance in the water vapor in the atmosphere. They are changing it. So if you're new to my channel, go check out the chemtrail spotting videos, the chemtrail spotting special edition videos, so you can get up to date on the patents that are actually being used. This stuff is not a conspiracy. They're not doing anything in secret. It's that you don't know what to look for. They're not going to tell you to go read XYZ patent to know the monkey business they're fooling around with. Okay? So I thought I caught a secondary wave come through. Could be mistaken, and yeah. So, okay, what we just watched in the context of moisture in the atmosphere, what it appears, and this is going to connect to the weather modification that we've got going on. What it appears they have done is there is a storm over the Pacific Ocean right now. And what it looks like they have done is used an electromagnetic pulse to get the water droplets, the storm system, to all converge and create a terrain. They're actually pulling the moisture out of the surrounding areas into these heavier areas in order to create the rainfall that they're looking for. Again, I know this sounds just crazy to some of you guys that aren't up to speed with weather modification, but just check out some of the patents that they've got. They can use electromagnetic energy to change the frequency, the bond between raindrops, and force them to precipitate, force it to rain. Or, if they so choose, can change that electrical bond to where the raindrops don't want to get together. I would equate that with probably down south high humidities. That is moisture in the air that the electrical bond just is too strong for the raindrops to actually coalesce and make a rain cloud, which ends up raining. So that's kind of the idea that we're going with right now. So that's what I'm seeing going on. Now there could be some other reasons, some other things happening, but right now in this context, this looks a little out of place. But right now, in the context of weather modification, holy smokes. That's what I'm going to call it. All right? So, let's see what the hell went on over here, because we've got something really big. I'm just going to click this 1 hour at a time, and you can see we've already got some kind of signature. Oh, okay, so this is going to correspond with this other side here. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to have to take a zoom. Be patient with me, folks. Get this down here. Okay, so there's something I'll point out that's really super faint. We have, I'm not even sure what to call these. This is not an anomaly. This is not a trick of light or anything like that. This is another technology being used. I've speculated a lot in the in other mimic reports, but you can see how long that lasted. This line right here, that one coming in right there. But that's not what we're looking at. Sorry to fall off the wagon there. What we're doing is trying to connect this area over here with this area. Maybe one happen and okay, so that has its own, that is its own setup over here. Now what I want to look at is this blast of these little tiny specks. And what we're looking for is the origination point. Okay, so we've got this coming out of Africa. This is huge. We got it down here. Whoa. Whoa. So this, wow. I've never seen this before, folks. I've got some speculation on what that is, though. That comes all the way over here. So, I have just come across the patent that makes Geostorm the movie real. I'm going to do this real quick. We have just launched satellites into the atmosphere, several of them. I'm not sure if you're aware, India also launched their own satellite carrying 30 satellites from 6 different countries. This happened right after the Elon Musk SpaceX launches. So for all of a sudden we want to get these satellites up in the air. Some of these satellites are weather modification satellites and actually modifying the weather. They have these probes that can be programmed and dropped over dropped from space down to the planet. Basically, little ballistic missiles. They could fly a horizontal trajectory to their pre-programmed location and detonate things like silver iodine to super cool nucleate the atmosphere. It overwhelmed me. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you will find some other patents that open the door to the rabbit hole. Just be aware, if you're going to start looking around at this, it gets a little bothering to know that there are people actually thinking about creating these kinds of weapons. Very, very, very unsettling to me. Let's just animate this for everybody while I blather on here. So Geostorm, the movie, was a documentary. It was a newsreel. It was to inform you that this is a reality. It wasn't a movie. It was a movie, but to them, that was them notifying you. Because if they came out and gave a press conference, they came out and made a speech about it, we would all flip out. This is how they do this. They roll it out in a different format to inform you. It's called predictive programming as well. We saw it prior to 9/11. Various things were on TV that triggered our mind. Actually, check out the video, the space-based laser video that I just put up. That'll have a much better explanation. So we're going to leave it right there. You can see somebody's fooling around again. We gotcha. We're narrowing it down. We'll figure out exactly what you're doing. For the Bitchin' Report, I'm this guy here, bringing you the information you need to be an informed human being. Look up, everybody.